Multiple lives. It's like a podcast, but not really. It's like a let's play, but not really. It's really about chart.
Ooh, Battle Circuit. That's a cool logo.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah, let's just do this.
This looks good. All right, so let's see. I guess we'll just hunt and peck and see what happens.
All right. And then for you, I think. There we go. Okay, now we're both in, so we get to
Captain
pick
Silver,
our people.
Cyber Glow. I think I'm going to go with Yellow Iris.
Oh, she's freaking cool.
Yeah, wait, how do you select?
Captain Silver is pretty dorky. It's usually just the top 1 or 2 or sometimes top 3 buttons.
Oh, okay.
Very rarely will we use the bottom 3, but sometimes we do.
Okay, so like it'll be like kick, punch, and I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
we'll see.
Yeah,
Right.
Look at that giant brain.
All right, so let's just do it.
Dr. Saturn. Oh, I think we're fighting each other.
Oh, okay, all right.
Maybe. Oh, no. Okay,
Don't.
we're fighting on the ship. All right, let me get this down a little bit.
So this squirrel follows me around, apparently. All right, look out, aliens.
All right, so Alec.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Multiple Lives. As you can see, we are jumping right in to a spaceship with the guy who's got a big head on.
Right. I got this little squirrel, oh wow, I got to pay attention here. I got these. This is a full onslaught here. All right, here we go. All right.
Oh, hell yeah. So just before this had started, Alec was expressing concern about not really playing video games too often, which that's kind of the fun of the show, though. Don't worry if you die, because we can just put in more virtual coins.
Right. We don't have to worry about having to run out and get change.
He's got a mustache. He's got like a curly supervillain mustache.
Excellent. So we've cleared stage 1. Dr. Saturn. We've killed Dr. Saturn?
I guess so.
Dr. Saturn?
No, I think I'm Dr. Saturn.
Oh, okay.
You're Yellow Iris.
Yellow Iris.
And
okay.
Oh no, I'm Dr. Silver.
It's Dr. Silver. Okay. So Dr. Saturn must have been the villain.
You're totally right. I was wrong. Yes. We just killed... Oh, look at how cute that little green guy is.
I know, I like him. Is this our boss?
Probably, yeah. What a piece of cake, huh?
Take it a challenge.
All right, we'll skip through some of this dialogue.
All right. Yeah, I guess it's just all...
So I'm trying to think of when I first met you. Actually, I think before I even met you, I met Orion, and Orion had played... Did Orion play like in one of your formations of one of your bands, or...?
She was in the Eyesores. She was in the Eyesores, and I'm trying to think. We did some various duo projects, and I played with her a little bit. But she was on a couple of our records. I'm just punching boxes now. Get these Dalek type guys out of the way. Oh, they got me. Oh, am I dead? No, back up. Revenge. So Ryan was playing combo organ and doing singing with us, and she was a really solid bandmate. She was always just up for anything, and I liked working with her a lot.
Yeah, and so I guess like just it's a little tricky because your career, you've done so much, but the Eyesores, would you say the Eyesores is probably the longest running thing that you've done?
Yeah, it's been the Eyesores have existed in some form or other. Oh, they've got me. The Eyesores have existed in some form or other since the late 90s. 97 was our first show.
Okay, and so for those listening, if you wanted to look them up, the full name is it Alec K. Redfearn and the Eyesores?
Yes.
Okay.
It started out as just the Eyesores, but we found out there was another band called the Eyesores in in Fresno, or I think it's Fresno, California, punk band.
Oh.
And all right, I've got to kick some ass here.
You can kick some ass, but if you get your ass kicked, it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, these big blue guys, they deserve a little bit of victory too.
That's true. We got to give them, they gotta have something to live for, so they're passionate.
And the people in the background, especially this man, they want to see a nice balanced fight. Wow, a lot of people in this universe just don't need shirts.
Yeah, it's a shirt. Yeah, it's a sort of material sensitivity universe, right? Sort of like. So the Eyesores has been a long running project that's
been either a band or have you ever performed solo under that name too?
I did. I mean, it was sort of either just Alec Redfearn. I performed as Mr. Gutter solo for a long time.
Mr. Gutter.
Yeah, that was a nickname a friend of mine gave me. Yeah, we started. It started out as a. Oh, did I just throw Elvis? Is that what that was?
I think we're beating up Elvis. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Oh God, that's
amazing.
amazing.
Thank you very much.
He's got a weapon guitar of some sort.
That's pretty badass.
Wow, it looks like. Yeah, okay, all right. I like we get sort of Elvis music going on in the background. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Oh, that's the whole point.
Right. The whole.
By all means, like, whoa. Oh yeah, let me give you a coin here. Here you go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, right. Okay, we just hit the coin button, and I'm back.
And you're on an ostrich
and I'm on
now.
an ostrich.
Oh,
all
you're
right.
like a little girl on an ostrich.
Wow,
that's cool.
That is some. Oh, I can jump really high with the ostrich.
Whoa. But more recently though, you're probably most excited about Doom.
Doom has been, that's been the modular.
Which is spelled weird. Can you spell it real quick?
It's DUME, and it's actually it's an acronym. It's an acronym. It stands for Death Unto My Enemies, and it's from it's from the
spooky.
It's a spell that they sort of a candle magic spell from the hoodoo and conjure tradition, they call it. It's like a sort of voodoo adjacent or Vaudin adjacent New Orleans kind of like, it seems like Louisiana. It's sort of a religion that started in the Caribbean, but it's sort of like, it's funny, a lot of people I think who are into it it's like a folk magic thing. So the idea of folk magic is some of these people like might just go to church every Sunday, but then they do their folk magic on the side. That's a common thing. But I just thought it was kind of I had one of those 7-day candles that said Doom on it, and I never knew what it stood for, but it was just sort of around in my life, I was looking for a song title and ended up grabbing that, and then I just said, actually it's a pretty good band name too. So it just sort of stuck.
Oh, sick. I want to talk, after we beat Elvis, I want to talk a little bit about your experience with different like rituals and stuff, because you there goes Elvis. All right, let's see what he has to say real quick before we move on to the next. Wow. He just got fat, and he's pretty beaten up there. I think we got him good.
So we got rid of his sort of magical powers, and he just went back to being the fat Elvis at the end.
Right? It's pretty classic.
Elvis.
All right, let's see what else we got here. We got some.
What's the Berlin Wall? Is that like
the Berlin Wall? Is that?
Did I hallucinate that?
No, you saw something real for sure.
Oh, okay.
The Berlin Wall. If I had to guess, this is a Tetris clone. No, it's not.
Oh,
it's like a little puzzler.
Or like it looks sort of like Donkey Kong.
Right? Let's give it a shot.
All right, sounds good. So this is 2-player?
I hope so.
Okay, if not, I'll just
we'll find out. No, anytime we pick something that's not 2-player, we'll just switch it up.
All right, fair enough. That's cool.
Wow. All right, so we fill the holes and they fall. Okay, so they die if they fall.
Oh, I see. So
and you can use them as a bridge.
Oh, and you can use them as a bridge.
Like while they're falling, it looks like.
Interesting. Oh, I like that illustration of the Berlin Wall falling. So it's definitely, there we go. Okay, so
oh, cool. We got our little feet that we stomp on with. So cool.
Okay, that didn't take long.
So button 1 is punch, and then button 2 is the step.
Oh, okay.
So they get stuck until you step on them.
I stole your bananas. I apologize. Can you trap yourself though, or you can jump, right? Oh, you can kick. That's what this is.
I don't think you can jump. You can only pound and then fill.
Oh, okay.
Like your foot, you can fill stuff back up.
Oh, okay. So if I do,
oh no!
So that's the only way to kill them is to we got a bomb.
Yeah, you have to knock out the ground.
Okay.
And then wow, good job.
Wow, look at that. All right, I'm getting the hang of this.
Pretty scary.
So yes.
Oh yeah. So I guess to reiterate my curiosity, like, because we've so Alec and I have worked on a couple of projects together. We've also done just like nerdy synth events together, because Alec is very much also a fellow fucking nerd with electronic stuff. Whoa!
Wow!
So that was some lightning very close by.
That's got to be a good sign.
But one of your recent projects though has a very amazing name, which is Say You Love Satan.
Yes.
Which got us talking a little bit about just the Church of Satan and just different rituals and stuff. Like, But by no means, I don't think I would consider like either of us an expert in any of this stuff.
Oh, no.
I'm just curious, really.
Well, I guess like my sort of angle with this stuff was, like, I think it was part of like when I was in my sort of 20s. I went to I did the AA thing for a while, the NAAA thing, and they tell you had to have a higher power, a higher power to kind of give yourself over to. And I was like, well, all right. And I struggled with that for a long time, and I didn't want to go back to Christianity. I was raised Catholic.
Oh yeah, I was raised Episcopalian, and then I was a born again Christian for a little bit.
Oh, interesting. Okay, all right. I'd be curious. We'll have to discuss that too. But my parents were Catholics, but they were. My father was very involved with the church. My grandmother was very involved with the church. Oops, I think I just assaulted you.
No, we both got poked by the porcupines. So I don't think we can hurt each other.
There's no way to jump over them. You just have to dig. So like the bottom. Okay, so the bottom layer is the most deadly. I had sort of always kind of struggled with that, and I looked into Buddhism, and I was doing yoga for a while, and then I had sort of another period where I kind of wanted to access, where I was sort of like trying to quit some bad habits, and I figured like I wanted to try the higher power thing, but I also was very, very interested in this new occult revival that was happening because I was seeing it everywhere. I was seeing it, and
seeing it in Rhode Island.
Not so much in Rhode Island, but online and in New York and places like that. There was a sort of art occult thing happening, and I thought that was interesting. So I ended up doing some research and checking out an OTO meetup, and that was probably like around 2013 or so. And OTO is like Aleister Crowley's sort of Masonic like organization. He was one. He didn't start it, but I guess he kind of formed it. I think like Crowley ends up being a gateway drug for a lot of people in terms of occult stuff, but I feel like he was not he's a problematic individual.
Really? So if people Google Crowley, they'll probably see all kinds of stuff then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sounds like
he was kind of a messed up human being, but he had some interesting ideas. And I think for a while I hung in there with that, and then I sort of realized, okay, well, I think there's something in the group rituals that they do. Oh, thank you. And I thought that there was some. Okay, so I have a bowling ball. Is that
I think it's a bomb, and these guys are really big, and I'm not sure how to kill them.
All right, okay, he's stuck now. So if I he can get out. I see.
Oh, some of these guys are so big that.
Oh, look at those spines. Oh, look, I'm like frozen and shaking. Okay.
Oh, I got that guy to fall.
All right, I think I gotta get my bomb again.
This is getting really confusing. I think we should try something else.
Yeah, sounds good. So,
That's interesting.
I thought that there was, like, as an organization, they did some cool stuff. Like, they had a group ritual of what they call the Gnostic Mass, which is this really interesting take on the Mass. And it was, again, like, it really, like, whether or not it was powerful depended on the actors and the performance and that sort of thing. It could either be, like, bad community theater or it could be really sublime.
And what you're talking right now is ritual stuff that's kind of infused into performance art or just other art scenes?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's definitely a connection between sort of ritual and performance art, and I think for a while, like I started out in the Crowley sort of thinking, and then I started reading about something called sabbatic witchcraft, which is kind of a new tradition that these people in England were doing, and I read a lot. The guy that sort of appealed to me most is a guy named Austin Osman Spare, because he was an artist who was into his own sort of free-form witchcraft that was kind of based completely his own system, his own sort of set of demons, or not demons, but his own set of his own mythology, his own sort of, and a lot of it was based on his dreams. It was kind of like, and this is a few years before surrealism, like this. He was around, started out in the teens. He was in the military as a painter, the battle scene painter in World War I. And
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it used to be before photography really caught on, like to document what was happening.
Really?
Painters.
Wait, was it just because there wasn't color photography yet? Or?
I guess so. I mean, I think it may have just been like that. Yeah, like I think like photography existed, but I think it was for whatever reason, maybe it was just I don't know enough about the history of photography.
Oh, sure.
But
I just think that's really fascinating that we hired people in World War I to like paint battle scenes. You know, it kind of reminds me of how we currently hire illustrators at like archaeological digs and stuff. Because the human eye picks up on things that would otherwise have been blurred by, you know, photo or whatever else. So
well, it's interesting to think of where. See, I'm getting the hang of it now. What's interesting is to see how the military has used artists over the years, and you know, like the fact that there was a role for artists, and like in the Great War, that there was like, you know, they're like, yeah, we need artists. You don't have to just be in infantry. You can the cannon fodder. You can do this, but he was also okay. So Spare though was a real like star of the like a prodigy, like an incredible draftsman. Like, you know, his artwork is. I would say some of it looks a lot like Audrey Beardsley's stuff, and he was coming off of that tradition, but also like, but he was also quite poor, and like sort of after there was a period where he was just doing portraits of like, you know, prostitutes and criminals and stuff, and just people that he knew from the bars and stuff like that, and around where he lived. But he had this crazy, all these crazy theories. Something called like he would talk about sort of becoming sort of other creatures in his dreams, and like, you know, like these sort of he called it atavistic resurgence, I think was the name of it.
Wow.
And it was this. You know, so all that stuff was very fascinating to me for a while, and ritual work was fascinating to me. But what I ended up realizing, wait, am I gone? Oh yeah, here we are. This game's a little tricky.
This game is just a visual diarrhea. It's just like everything all at once.
Yeah, it's definitely designed for like the crystal meth crowd or something. But what I came to realize is that music art is magic. It's making something out of nothing, really. Like, you know, it's, and I found that sort of the stuff like Kabbalah, you know, like this incredible sort of system of connections, which exists in traditional, you know, like in the traditional kind of Jewish circles, but also there's a Kabbalah tradition in ceremonial magic and in the occult scene. Which was sort of like, I feel like those were two different threads, but shared a lot of concepts. So it was a sort of, it's a weird thing to look at as a polytheistic model, because it's all about one source of light being refracted basically through all these layers. Light, spirit being spiritual energy, I guess, or whatever, the stuff that everything comes from. But I found that it was a really interesting to jump into modular synthesis from Kabbalah, because it's there's a lot of crossover. I feel like it seemed like this is the modular synth stuff became like the new Kabbalah for me. So we doing two?
Yeah, if you hit the button, you'll be Iron Man or Captain America now.
Ooh, I think I want to be Iron Man. Word. All right. And you are. Wait,
I'm the Arrow guy.
Arrow guy. Okay.
I forgot his name.
Red Skull seems to conquer the world. Not on my watch.
So that's interesting that and you've kind of looked at your own art as kind of already leaning into the same sort of ritualistic ideas, and then you know, just practicing either rituals or spells or anything on your own time. That's sort of the same sort of recreation as performing music alone. It's like just something you kind of do for yourself that's like calming and helps you focus on what you want to achieve.
Absolutely. I think sort of daily kind of maintenance rituals, like the sort of a common one in the sort of like Crowley scene was called the banishing ritual, the pentagram, which was just like a simple kind of sort of addressing the cardinal directions. You know?
Picking up trash.
Oh, nice. See, we can preventing. Oh, look, burning cop car.
I have a bow and arrow that I can't use, but I can pick up a can and throw it at someone, and it will make them explode.
Oh, this guy's got me.
Oh,
yeah, I broke out. All right. No binds can hold me. All right, here we go. All right, whack.
So when I first started asking too about that kind of stuff was when I was I was hanging out while you were doing one of the projects at Sale of Satan Band. Now, obviously, the singer is going to be very preoccupied for a bit. We all really love Hannah, and she's
awesome.
Got the kiddo at home now, so
that's right. So that's like how many weeks old is it?
Maybe only like a week now. Yeah, it's probably only been like a week. It's so fresh.
Well, we definitely want to get that project going again whenever Hannah has a spare minute.
Sure.
I'm sure it's probably a lot. I know new baby usually means no sleep for a while.
Yeah, but in the meantime, though, you've got other stuff. Like, I was actually curious too. Another like electronic thing I've seen of yours was MKUR.
Oh, MKAKR. MKAKR, I think was.
MKAKR. That was awesome too.
That was me and Morgan Ross, who's my upstairs neighbor.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's been doing a band with Dave LaFrere actually of Analog Underground. We were talking.
Oh,
earlier.
cool.
And Morgan is a guy who's a builder. He makes he just builds a lot of gear, and I think he built like. He's always the guy when I have questions about like if I have to do any soldering, which I haven't done in a while.
Sure.
He's the guy I always hit up, and he always ends up leaving me in the dust. You know, like I always get confused instantly when he's trying to explain anything to me. But he's taught me a lot over the years just hanging out with him. He's the guy who first explained the concept of control voltage to me.
Oh, sure. And now that you're modular, it's like that's your life.
That's our entire world, right? Yeah, everything is about control, right? Control, and even in the fact that audio signals and control are the same thing is such an occult concept. You know, like that it's all that it's just the same thing at different rates. You know, it's just Well, I'm really glad that we have this thunderstorm to accompany us. Hopefully, we won't lose power or anything.
Oh yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. We can always continue on. We can play checkers and just have our phone out.
Oh right. It adds a lot to the spooky vibe, though, because we keep talking about occult and other things. Wow, that guy really wants to hug you. He just hugged you twice in a row. He's very, very excited to see Iron Man.
Yeah, and
he's got the money back.
Look at that.
That is a horrible costume.
Oh,
I think he's got like a sports bra on.
He threw the money at us.
He's a tornado now. Wow.
Oh man.
Whirlwind, huh?
This is some like serious psychological warfare. Throwing money as if he doesn't care.
Oh man,
that's to demoralize us. But
I figured out how to shoot my bow and arrow. Apparently, if you hit both buttons at the same time, that does a different attack.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
it might hurt you though. A lot of times in these types of fighting games, although
I can do this bland thing. Oops, I was doing it the wrong way. Oh, I've been barreled. I don't know about. Oops. We both got knocked out somehow. Wait, why am I attacking you? Oh, that's not me.
No, you're dead.
I'm dead. Right. Okay.
All right, now you're coming back as Captain America.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
All right. It's time. All right. What can America do? Oh. No! I think it's the same sort of like Wilhelm scream every time you. Wow, he can jump really high. Look at that.
We've almost got him though. If we can just beat him, we will have completed this game.
Is it you have to hit him when he's not in a tornado form, right? Isn't that the idea?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, you got.
Oh, he's got me.
Oh, yeah, look like a tummy ache there at the end.
I can throw my shield if I hit those two buttons. Nice. Okay, all right, this is good.
We can keep playing this if you want.
Yeah, let's do another round. Let's see what happens.
Let's beat one more level of this.
All right.
So the Doom stuff, though, you have one of those coming up.
Yes, I have I decided to book a little weekend tour, and so I'm doing at the end of this month. I'm doing like a couple shows in Maine, and I'm doing the first Modular on the Spot Boston event.
Oh, cool.
For those unfamiliar, Modular on the Spot is like an outdoor modular thing that started in it's basically outdoor modular synth concerts that take place in parks, and it started in LA and San Diego. And there's a guy from Boston who just started, who has an act called Oxalis, and he's going to be playing in Providence with us at the Parlor on the 29th. It's going to be Doom and have you met Snow Beasts? You know those guys?
Oh yeah, no, I've been doing stuff with them for a while. They're awesome.
Yeah, we're doing a collaborative project right now. Richard is the Oxalis guy. Robert and Elizabeth are Snow Beast. And it started out with Robert remixing some Doom stuff, and then we got together and just recorded a bunch of stuff. Really spontaneous, just really like just trying not to overthinking it, just patching on the fly and seeing what we come up with, and then Robert remixes it, and it's been cool. But yeah, we're doing that show with them at the Parlor on the 29th. It's going to be Human Beast, myself as Doom, and Oxalis from Boston, and also Dan Boucher is doing something under the name Specialized Life with Brent Bertini and Sean Fennessy. Similar lineup to his band, the band Infrastructure Rock, which is. So that's been cool. And I'm also recording a little bit at Machines with Magnets. I'm doing a sort of long-term, long-range, finish it when we get around to it sort of project with Seth right now. We've recorded 4 tracks so far, which we may augment and mess with. We are trying to blow this thing up, right? Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes. Just, I think the general rule of thumb is to just kill everything.
Kill everything.
I mean, you are Captain America.
right, exactly.
I'm the Martian Manhunter, I believe. It's very different than in the show.
Yeah, I'm not usually this patriotic, but
hey, when duty calls.
When duty calls.
And you gotta. I think Captain America looks adorable sitting on that little hover thing with the bubble shield.
Totally.
It looks so puny. It looks like he's on like a Power Wheels type thing.
Oh yeah, or like those things that were around when I was a kid. Big wheels.
Yes.
I'm sure Big Wheel still
It looks
exists,
like
right?
he's riding a little big wheel.
He is. But man, he's taking on this big ass robot guy. Oh well, no, I think he's made it. Am I dead? I think I'm dead.
Yeah.
But the robot's almost dead. You gotta kill him. Shoot him in the face.
I think you've got 4 seconds to hit the button to jump back in.
Oh wait,
or else it might be out for a while. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Varoom, I think it said. Giant robot. They didn't even bother to give him a name, and now he's dead.
It's amazing. He just vanishes too. He doesn't fall. He just thin air. All right, let's go.
All we are is just dust in the wind.
Dust in the wind. Exactly.
Make sure you pick up some trash.
Oh yeah.
I look like I'm curling. I'm just lifting cans, brah. Even lift. I'm gonna throw this can. Wow.
Oh, I can throw this can. Cool. Oh shit.
Just trying to clean up the streets.
That's right. Exactly.
All these people are littering, hence why we killed them.
Right, exactly. A bunch of litter bugs. Off to the litter bugs must die. Ooh. I watched Terminator 2 again the other day, which I hadn't seen in ages. Man,
Oh, yeah.
The movie's great.
Holds up well. Is that the one where he gets melted at the end? Or is that the first one?
I think, he ends up just being like a skeleton at the end, a sort of metal skeleton. So
The bad one gets melted.
Right, the bad one, the one is played by the guy who played Doggett on the X-Files. Is it Lance Henriksen? Is that the guy who played like the bad Terminator in the?
Oh, I am the worst with names.
Because Arnold's been reprogrammed by the future. There's Sarah Connor's son. What's his name?
Jamie.
No,
And maybe that's not it.
He was Edward Furlong in the movie. I know that. Young Ed Furlong played him in Terminator 2.
Huh.
But it's amazing, like, to see stuff like those practical effects are great. But the one problem with T2 is the sort of the awkwardness of the early CGI in that.
Oh yeah.
Because Lance Henriksen's like he's a new class of Terminator that can sort of just change shape. He's like he can look like other people. He has these sort of knives that will come out of him.
Yes, that's right. The gel. It's like gooey gel first, and then.
Right. It's like a sort of silvery, like almost like mercury type, but thicker. Right. Oh, there I am. Okay.
Yeah, it pulls you a bit out of it when you're so used to like not those visuals nowadays.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I was thinking about I even watched like the director's cut of Donnie Darko recently, and it was.
How does that hold up?
It's not as good as I had hoped. I actually really want to see Southland Tales again. It was the sequel, or not the sequel. It was the follow-up film by that director, whose name is escaping me at the moment. But I remember it seemed like a total disaster at the time. But I watched another kind of disaster follow-up film that I actually really liked called Under the Silver Lake. It was by the guy who did it's like a kind of arty horror movie called It Follows.
Oh, I think that's a popular one.
Yes, it was very popular, and he had a follow-up movie the critics hated, but I kind of loved, called Under the Silver Lake, which is this kind of like LA sort of hipster slacker, like Shaggy Dog sort of detective story, and it's I think one of the people, it's convoluted as shit, yeah, and the main character is highly unlikable, which is not a popular thing these days. But I kind of like sort of anti-heroes, so I was into it. But I ended up really enjoying it, and I feel like people are like, there's no in between. People either love it or hate it. It's one of those kinds of movies.
All the best stuff's like that, honestly.
Oh, I agree. I think the stuff that's, obviously, the things that I kind of feel like anybody who can complete a movie or a novel, it's hard for me to criticize that because that's so much work.
It's so much work, but a lot of times, though, they're getting paid a lot of money. I mean, if it was your full-time job and you were being paid enough to not have to worry about anything else, I mean...
That's true, yeah. That's
you know...
True. And you had, like, an unlimited budget or a nearly unlimited budget.
Yeah, like, I totally get what you're saying, and I totally give that credit to any independent artist. Mm-hmm. But as soon as someone's in Hollywood, I'm like, all right, come on.
All right, yeah. Well, I think people who sort of take chances, and I'll give people a lot of points for taking chances and trying to do something that is, like that's huge in scope and maybe has a little bit of dream logic going on. I kind of love that stuff that doesn't entirely make sense.
Like The Wizard?
Yeah.
Like this guy?
Oh, yeah. No, this guy lives.
This guy with the pink helmet.
Yeah,
he dives in kind of a cool angle.
Right, he does.
I've never heard of him before, but he's got a lot of discs in his pocket or his butt that he keeps pulling out to throw.
So now Captain America is Marvel, right? Is he a Marvel guy?
Yeah, this is all Marvel stuff.
Okay, all right. I only know the comic book world kind of peripherally. I for some reason I was into D&D but not comics as a kid. For some reason I didn't have that crossover.
After we beat this guy, I want to do two things. The first thing I want to do is play a little bit of one of the D&D games. Oh, because all the characters are actually from the books.
Oh, cool. All right.
And then we'll have to end on something I'm terrible at, which everyone I've ever met is better than me at Tetris. Oh, so that might be kind of a fun
Tetris
ender.
I've played. It's been a while, but I'm sure I can. So
you want to be someone else, or do you like the cleric?
I like the cleric.
Okay.
I was raised Catholic, so I should be the cleric. Although you were born again for a while, so you could be the cleric.
Well, I was born again. I'll be a dwarf because I'm pretty short, so that seems appropriate too.
So, like, how old were you when you did that?
The born again Christian stuff?
Yeah.
I was 16 years old. I was in high school, and what happened was my house had burned down, and I lost everything I own.
Oh, okay.
And I went to this Christian event called Acquire the Fire.
Yeah. Was this in Rhode Island?
No, so I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Which part of Mass are you from?
Athol.
Oh, okay.
It's past Gardner. There's.
I'm from Mansfield originally. I grew up in Mansfield, Mass.
I don't know much about Mansfield.
Great Woods, or it's actually called the Tweeter Center now. Or no, it's called the Comcast Center. I forget what it is, but it's the outdoor concert venue was what we're most famous for.
Oh, I see.
And I worked there for a summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But anyways, you were saying the event was called
Acquire the Fire, and it was very much like a youth Christian, we're cool kids too. Look at how awesome Jesus can rock, And that was all good and fun, but I had an outer body experience, and it happened during Jesus time, so I was like, this must be Jesus, I guess. And so I equated this divine intervention that I had to Christianity just because it was happening at a Christian event. And I don't, even as an adult now, even though I'm not religious at all anymore, I still value that experience a lot for two reasons.
Yeah.
The first being, it was nice to kind of expand my own horizons in one way or another. But the second is, when you have a religious experience, it gives you empathy for people who are very religious, and I have a lot of friends who are very atheist, and I can totally understand and support that.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I think I would be atheist if I never had that experience, and I'm glad that I had the experience, because if someone does something, oh, we have to put in our names. Oh, cool.
Okay, so I'm blue, and I'm going to do
I'm
all
orange.
Or actually, I don't even know what is that, an ampersand? I'm just going to do a bunch of random symbols for my name. Z's like it.
Oh yeah, W and Z. Oh, some good coding here.
There we go.
But anyways, like, I think it really helped me be empathetic towards people who are very religious, because unless you've had that experience, it's hard to relate to them. And
They turned it in miles for.
oh wow, they just like gave up. They're like, yeah, that's what you meant, right?
You meant miles.
Yeah, your name's Miles now.
It's interesting that when I started getting into the kind of OTO thing, I had a similar kind of experience in terms of feeling empathy for Christians and for people that had faith of some sort, because it is something you're kind of ridiculed for in this day and age. I found that, like, I had most of my friends were atheists, and some of them gave me a really hard time about it, and I was kind of pissed off. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
It's not that I think that these things are literally true. I think these are symbolic, and they go to represent things that are just impossible to explain, which is why we use symbolic language. Is that these, like, sort of out-of-body experiences, like you were describing, these sort of, like, things that you just can't describe, it's just easier to use mythology, use sort of the ideas of mythology. And I think also, like, so I don't know. Oh, look at this. Oh, I see. This is like
your weapons. But then I don't actually know how to... Oh, okay. So the way you use the weapon is the bottom left button. But they're limited.
Okay.
But
so
yeah, you hit the top right button to switch between your inventory.
Okay. All right, so let's do... All right. There we go. I don't know what I just did, but...
Ah! I got burned.
Grab that ring. How do you grab the ring?
You probably stand over it and then you hit attack.
Oh, right, yeah.
Top left.
With these sort of chimera type... Well, they're not chimeras. I forget what these are.
Owl bear.
Owl bears, right. This from the Monster Manual?
I think everything in here is supposed to be from the Monster Manual.
Interesting. It's been a while since I've looked at a Monster Manual, but I remember the Shambling Mound.
Shambling Mound.
The Shambling Mound was one of my favorites, and Chris Adler's ended up having a solo project called Shambling Mound. It was after that.
I guess it sounds like there's a good tradition of Providence bands with D&D names like Mind Flayer.
Yeah,
Mind Flayer was a huge project at one point.
I saw them a couple times. Yeah, it was Brinkman and Chippendale, right? It was like Brinkman on like sort of doing synths, like just monosynth, screeching one crazy monosynth and Chippendale drumming. They were fun.
I was only researching them back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like before I had even discovered like Rhode Island, I would watch like lightning bolt videos online. I went to Northampton and I found like a lightning bolt DVD called The Power of Salad.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's a big reason why I moved to Rhode Island, because it was like my only exposure to like anything that was not the town that I grew up in.
Oh, I totally get that. I mean, like for me, it was I was in high school in the '80s, and I came to Providence sort of late '80s to see like hardcore punk bands. I was doing going to see like DRI and Circle Jerks and stuff like that whenever they came in. I saw a bunch of bands like that, and then through those guys I discovered kind of bands that were doing weirder stuff, like weirder, crazier, more experimental stuff. And then that's how I discovered AS220.
Oh, cool.
Because AS220 in the late 80s was a much smaller, it was just like, it was a little tiny hole in the wall spot that had just a handful of people with studios there. And Bert Kranke was kind of doing all the booking, Umberto Kranke.
Yeah. Is that how it's pronounced? I always thought it was pronounced Cena. Kranke.
He always pronounced it as Kranke, yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel so bad. I've always said Cena.
Like John Cena.
Yeah, right. You can't see me. I always thought that was...
Right, you can't see him. I used to work with people with developmental disabilities, and WWF was always a touchstone for
cool
for people there. But I had one client who always come up to me and do this.
Oh, that's so great.
You can't see me.
Did you work with the group in Pawtucket?
RHD, yeah. I worked at RHD.
RHD, cool.
For 3 years. I had.
They're still going strong too. I really love that place. At least I thought they were going strong. I haven't since before the pandemic. I mean,
they actually have closed operations.
oh crap!
Yeah, they closed operations like because of the pandemic, basically.
Oh.
Although Ray Memory, who was kind of one of the first people who was running it at the time when I was working there, has taken over Avatar, which is a big. He's like the head of Avatar.
Okay.
And, he got in touch with me because I had a band called Mrs. Six Eyes with one of my clients at RHD. It's this woman, Amy Ethier, who's just has the craziest mind. She's just like, she just wrote these. She would write these crazy short stories, and I said, hey, why don't we try setting these to music? And I was gonna just set it to music and sing it myself, but one of the people that worked there. Sorry, I just hit a random button.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
Okay. Oh wow, we can run really fast. Are they just? Oh, okay. We gotta kill these guys. We get a free ride here, right? This is the old the fighting on top of a train dilemma.
Yeah, it's very much a trope.
Yeah.
Let's see though if we can beat this level, and then I want to end it with a Tetris battle.
Right.
I am so horrible at Tetris.
All right. Yeah. I don't. It's been a while, so I don't remember. But all right. It's time to kick some. What is that? A troll?
A bog gnoll.
Oh, a bog gnoll. Okay. All right.
Or wait, no, bow gnoll. Gnoll.
How do I get this money? Oh, you just hit a button. Okay. We got weapons. These look like orcs. These little guys, are they orcs? Or are they too small for orcs?
I don't know. When you start punching someone, it will show their name right underneath your name.
Oh, okay. Axnol. Wow, this is pure chaos. This is close range fighting. Wow, they're coming back though.
Oh, you got some cool items there to try out.
I know. Let me see what we got here. Oh, is that a snake? Wait, is it the top one? Okay, so
and then you hit the bottom left button. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'm fried. All right.
I'm gonna try out the swordsman.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Wow, he's got a real big sword.
I like the sort of yipping sounds they make.
Oh yeah, very spooky. I'm worried this episode at this point it's just gonna be all like rain sounds. Which honestly, there's nothing wrong with that either.
No,
like I'll just listen to some rain sounds. That's cool.
Yeah, it'll be people can use it to go to sleep.
Right.
Their ASMR recording. I've been doing the ASMR recordings or checking out more ASMR videos lately.
Do you get the tinglies? I don't feel a tingle.
I don't get a tingle. I get more of a sort of like it's a more of a sort of a deeper, almost like a kind of I call it more of like a low hum rather than a tingle. Instead of like a weird sort of low hum in my shoulders and neck. So it's not quite like frisiony, but I get more of a it's more like this sort of like an ultra low frequency that you don't hear but you feel, and it's pleasurable.
Have you seen Retribution Body, that project?
No, is that like an ASMR band?
Sort of. So this really genius friend, I gotta have him on the show sometime, Matt Acevedo.
Oh yeah, I know who he is.
Oh okay, yeah. Matt is amazing.
He does the modular synth stuff with the gigantic amps, right?
Yeah, he's got like huge subs. I want to say like probably like 20-inch subs.
I was very inspired by his setup. I've listened to some recordings, but I want to see him live because I feel like it needs to be experienced live.
It really does. Sometimes he'll like play the building around you because he has the power to just make the entire building shake in any which way.
So cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Now he studied with Pauline Oliveros, right? He was part of that scene. Like he did the
I don't know,
the deep listening thing. I think he was part. I think he may have done some stuff. Oh, I think I'm dead. All right.
Let's see if we can defeat the Dark Warrior before we close out. This guy is really big though. His head isn't even on screen. I'm gonna keep throwing stuff.
Yeah, I just
got some arrows.
See what I got for weapons. Okay.
Now I've got is my shield left. Ooh, that was cool.
Wow.
What smack he just did?
Can we get him to fall? Wow, look at that.
He's still got a lot of health. Wow, this guy has so much health.
Yeah, he's no joke. We
Luckily,
just
we
have to relentlessly pummel him, huh?
I'm gonna switch to the source, the master of magic,
Oh, nice.
because maybe he's weak against certain magics.
That's true. All right, let me see what I got here. Nothing. No, I don't want nothing.
Whoa!
Guard, dagger. Let's try bee oil. Let's see what that does. All right, so
The game's gonna keep freezing for a bit while I use insane amounts of magic.
that's all right. I can take care of these Skeletor guys. Oh, hey, look at this. We had a little bit of synchronicity here with the rain outside and the rain on screen.
I'm just wasting all of my magic, and it seems to be working okay. Oof. All right, one more for the road here.
Oh yeah, like let's just throw some serious magic.
Cool.
All right, you got him.
He's getting really low on health. Yeah.
Maybe I can just kick him to death now.
Yeah. Just keep kicking him in the shin.
Right. You do the big magic. I'll do the close work. You keep throwing me out. I think I'm good. All right, I'm back. Nope, I'm done.
Wow, this magic guy is overpowered. Look at that. Wow.
He's got snow coming down and everything.
Died off screen. The last few skeletons showed up a little late to the party. They're like, hey guys, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, boss is gone. All right, out of here. Well, that's enough of that.
Defeated the Dark Warrior. Well, that was serious. All right,
Yeah, that was some real dungeon and dragoning.
there certainly was.
Well, with every episode, I like to kind of close this out with some sort of competitive thing.
All right, that sounds
And
good.
I was thinking Tetris because I'm horrible at it.
I enjoy playing Tetris, but it's been
Good.
a while.
As long as you enjoy it.
No, it's just let's see. Let's figure out the interface. Is this all stick or is
Yeah, it will be stick and button. My guess is that this button will rotate one direction and then this will rotate the other direction.
Okay, that makes sense.
And a lot of times if you press up, it will make the piece go down quickly.
Oh, okay. All right. Up with the joystick. Okay. All right. So let's go with easy. Yeah, it's been a while. So we each get our own side, right? Is that how it works?
I believe so. That should be so join at any time. All
Okay,
right.
here we go.
Are you controlling?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Start us off real squiggly.
Yeah, that's no good.
Oh, looks like you can't make it jump straight down.
Okay.
You can like drag it down a bit. So this is like, wow, this is rough Tetris.
Yeah. No joke. All right, let me see. See if I can pack a car before a tour. Then this is the test. This is the
Right.
training for it. We're actually like trying to fit a bunch of modules into a case. It's sort of like Tetris sometimes. There we go. Oh, good.
So I have a Mini Cooper, and
nice.
I've been getting into more DJing lately.
Yep.
And which is an insane amount of gear.
Yes.
Last time I packed it so tight, I had to like take a bunch of photos and share it to the Mini Cooper forums because I was like, look at this bullcrap. The Cooper.
Oh, there we go. There you go. Finally got rid of them. You know who is really good at Tetris is Orion.
Oh yeah. Well, she's really good at lots of games. I feel like there's actually for a while when we were all playing Thumper, she put a world record on my PS4 for one of the Thumper levels.
Oh yeah.
While we were hanging out, she was just like, oh yeah, just like burp, burp, burp. And then like on the leaderboards, like the worldwide, it was like number 2 or something.
Right.
I was like, oh my god.
All right. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Finishing first bonus.
All right. I guess I finished something.
What does that? Wait, what does that mean? So it's still.
Yeah. I can't be finished, right? Wait. Please wait. Okay.
Oh, I think you just won then. Normally,
I win already?
I was expecting like with normally with Tetris like Tetris Attack, it like fills up the other side.
Oh. Okay.
So now I'm wondering if Tetris Masters. Let's see if the Tetris Masters is any different.
All right. This is the more challenging one.
Maybe it's got Masters in the name, but who knows what that means?
All right.
You know, there was no. Oh, this is Japanese. All right.
All right. Cool.
El Gorg,
Hell,
1987. The Grand Master 2. This is scary. All right. I think. Oh yes, so you're challenging me.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's wait. And we're
Let's do master mode.
All right, let's see what
Here
master
comes a new challenger. Look at this. This background is so 90s.
I know.
I love it.
Totally. Like, yeah.
All right. Okay, so these pieces look a little more like what I was expecting.
Right.
Oh, and you can jump them down now too.
Right.
Okay, this is a bit more of like an actual Tetris game that I was expecting.
Oh, and it gives you a little. Actually, it gives you a little like. It gives you a little bit of prediction at the bottom, which helps a lot.
It also gives you like some time. Like you warp it down, but then you have like a split second to fuck it up.
Right.
Which I did like twice already now.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst feeling. All right, I can hit that here. There we go. Boom. All right. Oh, here we go. Perfect L shape. Bam. I think I always like the L shaped ones. Those were like those make. Or actually, the single line ones are always okay. I got one coming next. That's good.
So what year or like when around? How old were you when you moved to Rhode Island? Were there any arcades in Rhode Island?
Oh, well, I mean, let's see. I moved to Rhode Island in 89, 90, around then. And, you know, it's funny, like, I had sort of gotten out of video games by that point. I was kind of, when I got into music, I kind of stopped skateboarding. I feel like I gave up a lot of, it sort of took over my whole life, especially when I started playing accordion because it was such a difficult instrument. I was so obsessed with like learning it as quickly as possible. So I would put in as much time as possible.
Sure.
But then I got like kind of carpal tunnel syndrome and had to kind of ease
Oh,
off.
Really?
Yeah, this was like when I was like 23.
That's scary.
I know.
That young to have carpal tunnel?
Yeah, or I don't know if it was officially. I never actually officially got it. Like I never actually had like the X-rays or anything. Or the doctor told me it was most likely either tendonitis or carpal tunnel. But I took a few months off from playing, which was really hard and heartbreaking. And I started drinking a lot.
It's one way to get rid of the pain in the wrists.
Yeah, get you to loosen up a bit. I mean, a lot of it is just playing too tense, you know, practicing for too tense for too long. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, what?
It's getting crazy. All right, I can put you here. All right, so, it ended up kind of easing off, and I kind of changed my technique a lot. And, it just happened to me too. I just got like a little, let's see. Shit, there's no good place for you, is there? That's all right. We'll figure it out. It'll come out in the mix. I mean, a lot of the reason was I was trying to learn how to play Irish music, which is how I met Jimmy Devine, which is how I met Hannah Devine. And I met Hannah when she was like 3 years old. So, and we just started doing a band together last year called Ghost Boys, which I haven't talked about yet, with Dusty from XR Tabs doing like electronic drums, and Brian Reynolds on bass, and Hannah and I are playing synths. I'm playing the what do you call it? The matriarch, the Moog matriarch, and she's playing like this Yamaha kind of digital synth with presets. So it's a good kind of it's a good sort of balance of analog and digital. And we've been doing a lot of. It's kind of spooky. We're doing a cover of Ice House by Ice House, which is a synth pop classic. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Nah.
The song Ice House by the band Ice House is fantastic. You should look it up. So we've been doing some covers, some tunes by, I brought one tune in, Dusty brought in a tune, Hannah's got a couple, and Brian's going to start bringing tunes in too. And we just played our first show for Jimmy's memorial. You know, her dad just died a few weeks ago. So, and she had been playing him the recordings of the rehearsals, and he was excited about the project. And he's an Irish fiddle guy, but he is really open to all kinds of music, you know. And that went really well. That was a good sort of. I mean, it was a really cathartic first gig because, you know.
Yeah, that's a really loaded first gig.
Yeah, and
very heavy.
It totally. But knowing Jimmy, and Jimmy's such a funny dude, and he was such a cool guy. And he taught. I'm sure it was such a fit. I know in my heart that it was a fitting tribute, just knowing him, and it was, you know, Hannah really wanted to do it, so yeah, it was a great way to start the band. I mean, I'm sorry we lost Jimmy, obviously, but
sure.
But paying tribute to one of the masters was, you know, one of the sort of mentor people in my life, you know.
A silver lining.
Yeah, it was a silver lining, exactly. This is really.
Wow, I am doing. There were so many weird things that came up. Oh goodness.
Okay, I don't even know. Oh, I see. You got. Okay.
Good job.
Ah.
Was that really 18? No, that wasn't 18 minutes. It was
I don't
18.
think so.
Maybe it was like 18 seconds left before something else was gonna happen. Maybe
Yeah,
because they
that's
kept
probably
throwing
what
weird
it
stuff
is.
at us, and there's like this strange drill going on in the background.
I do find Tetris weirdly calming. It's one of, like most video games. I notice like well, it depends on the state, really. Like do I really care about losing? And if I really care, then I get aggravated. But Tetris is so neutral. It's just like packing a car for a tour or something.
I have this game actually in here. It's called, where did it go? Tetris Effect. Here we go. I'll show it to the camera first so they can see. It's called Tetris Effect, and you play it in VR. And,
So this is like a fully immersive Tetris.
yeah, so you're like in the Tetris world, and all the blocks are flying, and it's like got a bunch of like EDM and like it's supposed to be really relaxing.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But anyways, though, we got to do plugs before we sign off. This is the
All right.
camera. If you want to just tell people in the camera either websites or something they can Google even,
Okay, yeah. So for Doom, and that's DUME. There's a Bandcamp page which is connected to the Wrong Hole, and that's WHOLE Hole Archival Bureau. If you search Wrong Hole Archival Bureau, and it's WHOLE and Bandcamp, you will
searching
find,
wrong hole is a pretty scary gamble.
That's true. That's true, and I think that's part of the fun. So you never know what's going to come up. But there's also the Cuneiform Records page. If you look up Cuneiform, and that's CUNIEFORM, you can find Alec Redfearn and the Eyesores there. Though Alec Redfearn and the Eyesores are also on Bandcamp. So, and there's various Facebook and Instagram. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is Alec K Redfearn, and it's FEARN, WAREDFEARN. So there's an extra A in there.
Ah, that's right.
So that's my. I need to work on the art of the soundbite, I think, for this sort of thing. But you'll find me if you.
Oh yeah, people will figure it out.
Exactly.
All right, well that was fun,
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, I'm gonna hit the
Thanks
button.
for having me.
Yeah.